Petey. This is Meatball. Petey. Say hello, YouTube. Oh my God, look at that face. Look at he's such a mess. I love it.
Come on, watch out. I gotta get my fridge, bud.
So y'all wanted to see Meatball Petey. There he is. More of him later on the road. Alright, so you guys just got to meet. Petey is his real name, right?
Yes.
Petey's his legal name.
But your wife decided that he's a meatball, so that's what stuck.
Yeah, so it was Jenna who first called him Meatball.
Yes.
But as you all see, he is definitely a meatball. Super friendly dog. Petey, say hi. So happy and look at that. Look at that jawline, man. Petey. He's a good dog. So anyway, as the title suggests, my first load back at Prime was canceled. All I think about is, you remember the guy who does the videos where he goes down the toy aisles at Walmart? He goes, canceled. He like finds these politically incorrect toys at Walmart and stuff, and he's canceled. That's what I thought of. Yesterday, you saw the video yesterday with Jim, and we didn't even get to the house from this truck stop when he texted and our fleet manager said that load was canceled. So it's so, like, if you're coming into trucking, you need to prepare yourself to spend a great deal of time planning and then having that plan go to complete shit real fast. Because we did yesterday. We had this whole thing planned out. What we're going to do for a washout, which we're in line for a washout right now. Just the whole thing, the whole drive planned out. And then 15 minutes after that, the load gets canceled. So, and because it got canceled really before it even got started, his deadhead up here from Laredo was not paid at that time, or not covered at that time. So I was like, man, there's no telling what they're going to throw at us, and it ended up working out really well. The only difference really is that we have to deal with an extra shipper today, because it's a shuttle load that we can easily knock out as a team truck. So, which is great because it'll go on this week's payroll. It also included his deadhead miles up from Laredo, so he gets paid for the drive up here from Laredo. So it actually ended up working out better, but it doesn't always. He'll tell you that, it doesn't always. Canceled loads and repowers can lead to a lot of heartache. But this time it worked out. So we've got to get a washout here. He's going to drive up to the 01, and then I'll probably drive to the 90 and then to Springfield. The 90's in Rogers?
Yes.
Rogers, Arkansas. And if whoever's on dispatch this evening's watching this video, doubt you are, but if you are, just going to let you know ahead of time, we're bringing an empty trailer to Springfield. We ain't going to another customer tonight. We get back to my truck. He's got to get this truck over to Peterbilt. We got shit to do, so we're just gonna go knock this out real quick today and get on with it. He just spent 48 hours, 2 days in South Texas on the 2 hottest days so far of the year, I think. How'd the AC hold up?
It didn't.
Yeah.
I was actually just about to tell you. Yeah, it did not hold up well at all. And I had the front curtains where the windows are closed. I had the back curtains closed just to insulate the bunk area. And yeah, no, it still didn't hold up just from all that heat.
Yeah, so it's the same the opposite direction too. There's an extreme point at the top of temperatures and at the bottom of temperatures where both the bunk AC and the bunk heater just become obsolete. They become useless. In this heat, the bunk AC, and it's the same in the Freightliner too, they just can't, they're not going to keep the truck cool. And it's the same with the bunk heater. If you're, like when we had that big freeze a couple years ago, Jen and I were up in Minnesota, and it just gave out. It didn't do shit. When it was like 20 below in Minnesota, it wouldn't blow warm air, it wouldn't blow hot air, it just could not do shit. That was
the same as this past winter we just had. They shut down 80 in Wyoming, and the night temperature was -30, and it didn't do anything. I brought out the heated blanket, so.
Yeah, and did his water bowl freeze?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had that back right in front where the heat blows out, and it still froze over.
Yeah, so that's how cold the floor in the truck can get when there's no heat coming through. And you know, we've seen comments before of, well, why didn't you just start the truck? In that, when it's that cold, it takes the truck just idling half an hour to start blowing out. So basically, if you start the truck, then it's just gonna blow cold ass air out of the vents for half an hour. So it's not that simple just to start the truck and heat it up. It's just part of life on the road. So this truck's AC is cranking right now. Glad to start the truck, because yeah, it's hot today. I think in fact, I got a warning from the energy company today, this morning, an email down here that we have excessive heat with indexes going up to 115, and we're in a red flag warning. So it's gonna be good to scoot out of here. But he's really taking one for the team to sit here for 48 hours with not much productivity, which is another reason we just gotta get the fleet up and running. Gotta get things going. There's a taco truck right here. It's got Spurs Street Eats. I think he's getting that washed. At first we thought maybe they were setting up here selling tacos to everybody in line for Blue Beacon. I think they're getting washed. Anyway, what else? What did I miss?
Not really. How does it feel getting back on the road?
It was hard leaving the family, for sure. There's, like I said in previous videos, there's a lot that I'm excited about. I'm ready to really get the fleet like cranking and going. There's some things I look forward to, but it's hard leaving family for sure. It reminds me of when I first got on Greyhound way back, way back, when I first went to Prime. I had to get on a Greyhound bus, and that first 10 or 15 miles on that bus was hell, because Jenna and I we hadn't been apart for years and years, and that was really difficult. The difference now, though, is that she understands this life out here. She has us to talk to. She talks to Jim literally every day. JDQ we talk to every day. She has some in-house friends who talk to every day. So there's just a much better understanding of where I'm going when I leave the house, what I'm walking into on both sides of it. So that helps a lot. But back then, when I got on that Greyhound bus, I had no idea what I was headed to. And she didn't have any idea of what I was going through while I was out there. She couldn't relate to it at all. She couldn't picture it, couldn't imagine it. But now she knows exactly. If we say we're at this so-and-so truck stop north of Houston, she's going to know exactly where we're at. So, anyway. So we're off and running. I'm going to make a second video on the road today. talk to Jim a little bit. Maybe we'll stop at a rest area or something. Let the little one. He probably doesn't want to hear me say little one, but he's little. I got big dogs. He's not really little. He's a chunk.
No, the big dog stays at the house with the wife. That's the wife's dog.
What's your other dog?
The King Corso.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's funny when I got here, I had Remy's hair all over me. And I was like, man, she did just start exploding today in shedding. So if you have a German Shepherd, you understand what I'm talking about. And all dogs shed, Peter sheds too, but it's nothing like when a German Shepherd starts shedding, or if you have like a Husky, man, you might as well just plan on being a rug until that's over with. So that's another reason, other than what I said yesterday, of why I'm not taking Remy with me, because it's just war, constant battle war. Jenna used to have to vacuum the truck like 3 times a day. When it would get hot and she would start shedding, F that, man. I ain't got time for that. Alright guys, on the next one, if you have questions for Jim about trucking, let us know in the comments today. We'll make that other video tonight on the second leg of this trip, just in case there are some questions so I don't miss them. Otherwise, be safe, make good decisions, plan your trips, and plan for those plans to be canceled. You have to replan. Always drive, thrive. Talk to you guys soon.